Alright. Hello fellow viewers, and we are live again. This time we start where we left off yesterday with that was Safari Saturday, and out of that we got 3 shiny Oddish and 1 shiny Pikachu. So yeah, hopefully tonight I'll get something a bit more interesting. I'm personally hoping for a Gloom. So, because, and I mentioned this yesterday, because you cannot save in the Safar-Zone, should you ever try RNGing a shiny in the Safar-Zone, and you want to be sure, make sure to save at this exact spot that I just saved. Hi there, Classic. Or I wanted to say hey there, and it came out as hi there because I read hi, but yeah, you're the first one. And welcome to the stream. Alright, so I have to, again, because the Safar-Zone is a slight exception, let's say. You have, when you use, or should you use Pokéfinder, you have to go to encounter type, and then from the drop down menu you select Safari-Zone. And yeah, area 1 is where we last caught our 3rd shiny Oddish. Was it 4th? I got so many that it just became ridiculous and I stopped counting. So yeah, I think I'll try for Gloom again. Gender ratio should be 50-50, but I know what gender I'll get. Delay is 261 because I am using Sweet Scent, and that has a delay of exactly 261 frames. 3 Oddish, yeah, okay, so I didn't miscount. And I also have my synchronizers with me, just like I had yesterday. Turns out a quirky synchronizer gives me shinies in the 13,000 frame range. See? That's a bit earlier than 15,000, so I think that's gonna do it like that. As you can see, I didn't even change. I want a Gloom. That's what I was looking for yesterday, but doesn't always happen like you want it to. Okay, so first reset for the stream. You come home to Costco cookies. Who doesn't love cookies? If you hate cookies, I'm sure that you don't have a soul. Are they good? I've never had Costco cookies, to be honest. But then again, where I live, I don't think there are Costcos at all. I think it's a American-British thing. Okay, that wasn't planned. Right, so you press start. Bring your Sweet Center with you, and then you hover over the attack Sweet Scent. Here it's Lockdoof because I'm playing on a German cartridge. This is the cartridge that I grew up with. If you grew up with Pokémon back in the 2000s in Luxembourg, you either had the choice of buying the game in German or in French. And I was one of the kids who played Pokemon in German. And sometimes I do get some names mixed up, or sometimes I remember the French name but not the English name, or I remember the German name but not another name in another language. It's weird. They're amazing to me. Everyone has their own taste buds. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that was said as a joke a bit, right? But yeah, cookies. There's not a lot of cookie types that I don't like, so let's put it like that. Yeah, a lot of stuff in these streams isn't planned. Only, yeah, that is the thrill of Wild Wednesday, and somewhat the point of also of not just Wild Wednesdays, but also Safari Sunday and Safari Saturday. Sometimes it's funny that you get the same shiny over and over again, and sometimes you get a shiny that I planned on, or you get, I mean, I in this case get a shiny that I didn't really plan on getting, at least not at first. But I don't reset over shinies even if I already have them. I just can't. It just hurts too much. Even though they are RNG, so they're not full on shiny, right? There's nothing left to chance really with RNG manipulation, because that's the point. Milk chocolate one tastes like coffee. Okay, they should taste like milk chocolate though. Coffee is a slightly different, let's say, fragrance or taste. Good luck, thank you, darling. One day we could talk about stars, lights, and physics. Next about couples and that sort of stuff. And then the day after we can all share our pain. Yep, that is what these streams are often about. Well, I want them to be a space where people can feel great, or good at least, come together and discuss some things. With a coffee aftertaste, okay. I love coffee, but funnily enough, I don't like mocha, which is basically coffee taste. Okay, so that's a normal oddish. And then you reset. For those of you who don't know, I soft reset on the I'm playing this on a GameCube, and the way I'm doing this is I have the Game Boy player installed, and that also needs a certain disc. I mean, I still have mine that I had when I was a child, and I have my childhood copy of Emerald inserted into that, and that's how I play. And you can RNG manipulate on that. You can RNG manipulate on a Game Boy Micro, a normal Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy Advance SP. You can even RNG manipulate if you play Ruby and Sapphire through the Pokemon box game. You can even do that because the frame advanced just at the exact same speed. You just need to change your settings in Eontimer if you do that on a Nintendo DS. Any of the Nintendo DSs that have a GBA slot. So do remember that. But because I am playing it on a GameCube, I soft reset by pressing Start, B, A, and X or Y at the same time. And then I arrive and we can talk about fighter jets. Yeah, anything really. I mean, sometimes I drop star lore or astronomy lore, as the kids say. And sometimes someone else drops anything. I mean, talked about math. I didn't expect we would talk about the Riemann hypothesis, for example. In a stream about Pokemon, we have super theoretical and very advanced mathematical questions and enigmas that have plagued the human mind for, I think, over 100 years now, if I'm not mistaken. And we're looking for differently colored Pokemon while we discuss these things. My hot cocoa is a bit too hot to drink yet. Hey there, Welka. Welcome to the stream. Can you do RNG on emulators? Yeah, you can. You can do it on anything that runs the game correctly. I wouldn't be surprised if you could do it on clone consoles. You know, there are some third-party retro consoles that you can either put an SD card in and have the ROM of the game on that. That would work. Or even the GBA game itself, that would work as well. As long as the frame rate is the same. And emulators do emulate a normal GBA frame rate. You could even change frame rate, skip frames with some emulators, right? That's what TAS, tool-assisted speedrun people do. Right, 5 seconds. Let's see if this will be the correct input. I feel like Tinkaton hunting Corviknight is outrageous. Somewhat, yeah. Yeah, so earlier I was talking about a 4th oddish. Okay, never mind. Like the last one in stream, but that is no problem. I don't want a shiny oddish anyway. That's why I didn't use a Pokeblock, because I don't have infinite Pokeblocks and I want to use them for a shiny that I actually really want. Let's go, oddish. Oh, you're sure about that? Yeah, absolutely. Let's go. It went. It's gone. Let's go for it. Yeah. And then a normal oddish comes to annoy us. I think these streams are kind of cursed by shiny oddishes. I don't know if you've noticed yet. Okay, so I wanted to check out Safar-Zone Area 2, which have basically the same Pokemon that you can get in Area 1. Starting from Area 3, we can get some other Pokemon. I'll probably get some oddishes from there as well, knowing my luck with these. But yeah, I mean, this exact oddish I already saw, I think. So I caught 3. Then, oh yeah, that was right. A 4th one came yesterday in my stream, but it fled. And that was the last reset that I did on stream. So that was really funny. But I caught 3 of them, and they're the same exact shiny oddish. They have the same PID, they have the same level, they have the same ability, same nature, same IVs. They are basically what are sometimes called PID clones. Brother keeps asking me if a girl on his iPad is hot. I mean, a girl, I mean, can't he see that for himself? He has eyes, right? Coming me so fast. Yeah, they grow up quickly, don't they? He's 7. I mean, kind of don't get why you would ask, is the girl on the iPad beautiful? Because, can't he see that? Is he just looking at random girls' pictures? I don't remember you have quite a few siblings, like quite a high amount of siblings. It's on a game. Why is he playing then? Gotta show him the good games. Okay, so 3 seconds, let's see. Like I always mention, I have to do this frame perfect input twice. So this time that didn't yield anything, so we reset. I'm not sure if I side with him on the fictional women is attractive, but he's in the right direction. I know what he's playing. I mean, a fictional person can never be your real girlfriend, right? And there are some men out there who are really too obsessed with the fictional, which I can understand in terms of escapism. I don't judge that, I do understand that, but chasing a non-existent person will not get you anywhere, unfortunately. Today is March 10th, and I don't know if for any of my viewers who are watching right now, I don't know where you guys are from. I mean, the analytics kind of give me an idea where my viewer base is from. Mostly from the US or the UK. Some are from European countries, but apparently I have more Brazilian viewers than I've ever had before, so that's very interesting. But what I'm heading towards, my point is that today there's a special day today in Luxembourg where we call it Brezelzonden, and that is a Sunday where the usually the man buys a bretzel or pretzel. You say pretzel, right? It's a baked good from many European countries. Usually you can find them in Germany, but the French also make them, and it's salty. I'm sure lots of you guys have eaten at least one once in your life. And usually on this Sunday, it's tradition that the man buys a pretzel for the woman. But since we're a leap year, 2024 is divisible by 4. That's why it's a leap year, right? Because it's a leap year, the genders are switched. So today I bought my husband a pretzel, and he liked that. Just like it's a small thing, but it's cute. And I said this because I do wonder if any other countries or cultures have a thing like that. I do know that in Japan there's something with White and Black Day, I think, where it's essentially 2 Valentine's Days. And on one day the girl has to give something, and on the other day it's the man, so that is pretty equal. I mean, I'm not against thinking fiction characters are hot, yeah, me neither. But sometimes it goes too far with people, yeah, I've seen that. Omni has all of our IPs, she's just putting it off lightly. Hey, don't blare on my secrets there, classic. I have all the data. Okay, after that brief silence that came across as pretty ominous. Yeah, pretzels are good. No, it's not. Okay. So Natu's shiny is barely noticeable. That's why I always let the animation play that way. If I see stars like the shiny sparkle, then I know it is a shiny. Because some shinies are not really noticeable sometimes. They're very subtle, which I don't understand what the point is of a shiny if you can't even see the difference. Especially pretzels with cinnamon and white chocolate. Pretzels I like are the standard salty ones. Bought myself another vape today, so I guess that counts. I guess. White chocolate isn't even chocolate technically. Yeah, it isn't. And I'm not a fan of it. The only good white chocolate I've eaten was very fancy and honestly way too expensive white chocolate. And I don't want to pay that much money to eat something that I don't really like to eat anyway. Even if it's good, I could save that money for other things that are also equally good but not as expensive. Yeah, I mean, I've eaten good white chocolate before. I'm just generally not a fan. Which is funny because with coffee and... Yeah, exactly. With coffee, for example, I'm the complete opposite. I like my coffee very light, so milk and sugar. But with chocolate, when it comes to chocolates, I like it dark. But milk chocolate I also really like. I mean, I do know people who don't like chocolate at all. These exist, but it's rare. £15. Don't even know. That would be 17.63 euros. I don't know why I had the need to look up what it would be worth in euros, but my brain really wanted to know, and I'm way too curious sometimes. And when my brain says we have to look that up, I usually can't really say no. Still way too hot, the hot cocoa, which is unfortunate because it's tempting me. I keep staring at it. And it smells so good, but I did burn my tongue a couple of days before because I drank tea that was way too warm. I don't want to do it again. People say curiosity killed the cat. Oh, excuse me. But I say curiosity fed the dog. If they quote that, they forgot the second part. It's curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. Yet they never mention that part of the idiom. Okay. Not what I want. Oh, no, that was absolutely not good. Okay, didn't register. You can reset during the intro and it will reset the frames again, so it will always start at 0 frames and it obviously counts up. And the seed will always be 0 with Emerald, even if you have a battery that is still working, because Emerald's RNG is messed up. But with this, the battery is not working anymore. That's why the message in the beginning always pops up. For those of you who may be asking themselves, what is that message? The dogs have been domesticated for not just thousands of years, but I think even longer. I want to say over 10,000 years. I'm currently checking if that is correct because I don't want to say anything that's wrong. yeah, I'm actually not wrong. So apparently we started to domesticate them more than 30,000 years ago. That's a very long friendship with the good boys. Imagine how animals felt when humans not only dominated the food chain but then also ganged up with dogs. Yeah. I also wonder because humans are also persistent predators, so we can't really run as fast as a cheetah, for example, but we don't need to because back then humans just ran our prey to exhaustion. We just could follow them for kilometers and kilometers, and eventually the prey would exhaust themselves, and then the human would still be there, and then, well, can't run away if you don't have any energy left, right? And horses, yeah, that collaboration gets you further than competition. Finally at a good temperature to enjoy it. Bit quieter than usual. Do we really want that? Oops. Gloom would even be the... Oh yeah, I did say that yesterday, didn't I? It's the very first frame, that shiny frame that gets generated. And then we invented guns and traps and bows, yeah, and much more. And bombs and other things. See? Oh, there we go, finally. There it is, shiny gloom, or as it's known in German as Duflor. Looks like more as if you would put a sepia filter over it. Okay, so it's quirky, and quirky shinies do not have a preference when it comes to Pokeblocks. So I'm gonna throw that indigo one. Yeah, let's have. Here you go. Okay. I'll come a bit closer. Okay, still there, very good. Now I'll try to throw a ball and hope. Ooh. Okay, still there. Good, good. 1, 2. Oh no. Oh well. Yeah, that can happen. It's the Safar-Zone, so I have to hit that frame again. So let's go. And then the 1600 horsepower Koenigsegg, fastest Koenigsegg production car, and its limited edition. Did you know that there's a special badge you can find on some Koenigsegg cars? No, I did not. I did not know that. It's a badge of a ghost. What does that mean? Such a shame that one fled, but that is the downside, I think, of quirky ones, because adamant one I would throw a red Pokeblock, and that one would be the text would say that it's very happy about that Pokeblock, and that would heighten my chances, my odds of catching it. Dates back to when a Koenigsegg bought an airbase for their factories. It has some lore behind this badge. Wow, so there's so much information behind a single badge. I think if I get enough fails together, I can make a fail compilation. Yeah, I think that would be a fun thing to do. Good thing these fails don't sting as much as a actual fail. For example, and why do I keep forgetting? No, it's Corviknight. Yeah, a shiny Corviknight that was in a raid, Gigantamax raid, and I failed that, and that made me so salty that I stopped playing Shield for over a year. You only get one Pokeball and that's it, and yeah, I'm really happy about that. Teams of jets that operated in the airfield had their name with Ghost in their name. Okay. I don't know what they were called, but then Koenigsegg decided any cars built in that factory would get the badge as a tribute. Okay, I see why. One Swedish airbase. So those are limited edition production cars that I guess only a few thousand exist, since they're limited edition. One of the dream cars that I have are also limited edition. I would really love to own a Volkswagen Polo Harlequin once in my life. Maybe you've seen one before. They are super colorful and I really love it. Straight out of the Kitty series from Animal Crossing, that's what the car looks like. And only a couple of 3,000 or something were made. I think in the whole world it should be around 6,000 maybe. Oh, well. No, the badge goes to any and all cars built there, but it's just most modern day super hypercars are limited edition for some reason. I mean, aren't many luxury goods limited edition? Because that's how the luxury trade works, right? For example, if any luxury house, like, I don't know how they all call it, Gucci and all, Louis Vuitton and whatnot, even Rolls-Royce, right, they make cars by hand, and one car costs over €1 million. They only, usually what companies do is they mass produce a product and they project a certain number of sales that will be performed. But in luxury sales, it's not like that. They only produce as many goods as patrons that come into the boutique, or just that who contact them and ask. As in, they only produce as many objects as there are requests for any given thing. So that's why there's so many limited edition with these things, because, I mean, there's a limited amount of people who can afford that, right? Do you know that only 375 McLaren P1A were built? No, but I do know now. Founder of Versace was gay. Oh, there's so many LGBTQ people in fashion, especially high-end fashion, luxury fashion. Wait, the Versace guy was killed out of jealousy? Is that... What a coincidence, because... Wasn't the founder of Gucci also killed because of jealousy? What a coincidence that happened twice. With two different high couture houses. Gianni Versace, is that who you're talking about? Oh yeah, he was murdered on the front steps of his mansion in Miami Beach. Jeez. Alright, enjoy your shower. Just funny how that, or not, at least, no, that is a wrong choice of words there. It's not funny how there's two people from high-end boutiques, or at least who founded such brands, and both of them got killed because of jealousy. Let's see if this... Okay, no, unfortunately not. It's very unfortunate. The gloom sadly fled. Well, that is the risk that you always have to take and be aware of when you enter the Safar-Zone. And I think because of NPCs like this guy here, that can sometimes mess up your frames. And I'm not kidding. So I'll go into this patch of grass. The guy to my north, I don't think he walks. I think he only faces away or faces in certain directions, so that's okay. I think that doesn't add too much frames, at least not that I'm aware of, but I do know that characters walking can take away more frames, so that will have as an effect that I might miss the target frame. And that's why sometimes maybe the resets don't give me a shiny, or sometimes the resets give me an oddish instead. Or my timing isn't perfect. I mean, there's many reasons. But usually, if there are NPCs in the area where you're hunting using RNG manipulation, I would suggest pressing start as quickly as possible so that they don't add too many frames. Still have to figure out how to do egg RNG. At least I haven't really succeeded in doing so. But if I do, then it will be really interesting to have a Easter themed RNG hunt. I think Easter this year is gonna be in March, so this month. Yeah, 31st, so the last day of this month. I'll see if I can get it to work, but that would be a stream that I could plan. Let's say a themed stream. I love how much love has been put into these menu sprites. I mean, none of them are really bad if you've seen them all. I think in general, Generation 3 has great sprites. Right, let's see. 2, 3. Let's see if maybe this would be better. Okay, sure. Okay, you're still there. I'll come even closer. And you're still here. Wow. I wanted your evolution, but okay. 4th shiny Oddish. Okay, so what I do is I click this. Because I cannot save in the Safar-Zone, and yeah, this is what I got. Yeah, another shiny level 25 male quirky Oddish. I wonder how many Oddishes there will be at the end of, you know, when I finish this format, if I've gone through every single Safar-Zone Pokemon that I could possibly get. Wonder how many shiny Oddish I will get. I just want a Gloom, and it appeared and you had to flee. This happens automatically, the character walks automatically, don't know why, but it's scripted like that. Okay, yeah, he faces the same direction. Great. So that shouldn't mess up my frames too much. Now, starting from area 3, we can have a Rhyhorn. But when once I reach area 3, I will hunt for adamant shinies because a adamant Rhyhorn is better than a quirky Rhyhorn. Same for Doduo, but I mean I already have a shiny Doduo. Of course, once they appear, I'll always try to catch them. Gloom we still have to get. Dodrio I also got as a shiny already, but still. Pinsir would be really nice to have as a adamant one. I think some of them, yeah, a Pinsir would get a quirky one. But some of them are in slots that don't yield me a quirky shiny, and I can only get them as a adamant shiny. So that I have to keep that in mind. Quirky Terrafric only appears on 15,000. Yeah, so that's why I don't get these. Yeah, the quirky Pikachu I already got. That was yesterday, and the Natu I don't. Okay. I'll hunt for that Gloom a bit more, and then maybe I'll switch to Adamant as my synchronizer, because I mean I can actually demonstrate this live. There are multiple Gloom that can be Adamant, and when I just go like this, don't select any specific Pokemon, there's so many shinies that I can get. And if I do quirky, it's not as many shinies, right? So maybe I can do it after this. Oh well, actually I'll try for the Gloom and then I'll go with Adamant frames. Let's see. And yes, that Tropius is shiny as well. You can already guess how I got it. Okay, that's not a... Okay, I'll set before still for the quirky Gloom. Go back. I have more than enough money to pay for a lot of Safar-Zone visits. Right, I'll go out of this guy's way again because of the frame delay possibility, which now a battle started with a Pikachu that can sometimes... Yeah, I think frames advance twice the speed when you're in battle, so... Kind of thinking to myself, if... Should I get into a wild battle before that is unplanned? If that messes up the frames too much. Well, let's see if this one gives me a shiny, then the difference isn't... Either isn't noticeable or I'm lucky and it still gives me a, or I still land on a shiny frame. I mean, I have multiples. Even with the quirky synchronizer. Would like to reclaim the Gloom at least today. If I get lucky, let's see. What? Sometimes that happens. I wonder if that only happens to me, but sometimes when I go through my chat, when I live stream, it sorts the comments by top chat. I don't want that. Not that big of a YouTuber that I set that, because I don't have that many chatters, but right now there's a new one. Kaiser Karmazin. Hello again, I changed my username from Dragon Destroyer 204. Oh, I see. Well, welcome back to the stream. So, I would say you prefer being referred to as Kaiser Karmazin. I read it in German, or pronounced the word or the name in German, because it is written in German. But yeah, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Till now we got, one shiny Oddish that fled. Then I got yet another shiny Oddish that I caught. And then I did find a shiny Gloom, but unfortunately, even when I offered it food, it fled. Can you believe that? How rude. Don't flee from people who give you food. Right, 5 seconds left. Let's see. Okay, what do I get? It's not a non-shiny, so I do think that wasn't... I should reset if I get another wild battle that isn't a RNG generated one. I was in Germany for an exchange when I picked this name out because it's essentially the name of my favorite band, but in German. Ah, I see. So Emperor Karmasin. Did you like Germany? Ah, god dang it. I was hoping that that wouldn't happen. Yeah, that would... Checking my notes now, and yeah, it definitely does advance on some frames, and that's not what I want. Maybe I'll have to use the black flute. Because if I use, if I click on Sweet Scent, a wild encounter will be forced anyway. So let's try that. Okay. Oh yeah, there's this guy as well who can mess up your frames. Okay, good. Yes, loved it there. That's nice. Slightly preferred Austria though. I can see why. Austria's streets I prefer, and their cities are generally more clean, yes. And maybe if you prefer the mountain views, then Austria is definitely the pick for you. Several years ago, so I hope to go back someday. Yeah, I mean, I live right next to Germany. I mean, I am from Luxembourg, and that's a neighboring country. I can just go to my car and drive there for... I mean, it depends on where I'm driving from in Luxembourg, but it's easily available for me. At least a pretty huge part of Germany, because Germany is just such a freaking huge country. People sometimes forget about that when I have people coming over from overseas. Sometimes, I mean, I have long-running internet friendships where I met them in real life. One of them even was a guest here, and he frequently visits and watches my streams. It's James. And I remember him casually asking me, yeah, could we drive to Berlin? And I said, buddy, Berlin is a 7-hour drive or something like that, at least 5 hours, but add a couple more because we have to do pauses and eat something and, you know, use the restroom, get my legs stretched because you will be driving for a very long time. And he wasn't aware of that, but yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. Same for France. I told him how much I love the south of France. For example, Nice, Cannes, all these places. I prefer the south of France. I think that's my favorite French region so far. And he asked me to go there, but that is also a like 6-7 hour drive. I mean, I've driven for such a long time before, but right now I don't exactly have the finances to pay for the gas, because I mean it has become much more expensive than it was back when I did drive for such a long time. So hopefully that will change soon. I do wanna. There's some parts of Europe that I wanna go and explore for myself. Because I mean, I've been to France, I've been to Germany, to Belgium, to the Netherlands, but I haven't been everywhere. Not anywhere, everywhere is what I meant to say, but my mouth was faster than my brain. That's a gloom taunting me. It's not a shiny, but I want to see that. I wish I could drive there. It's around a 14-hour flight. Yeah, I mean, if you're from overseas, then... Since I live in the US, Germany seems quite small to me. Yeah, to you, I mean, there's states that are larger than Germany, right? But to me, you have to see that I'm from Luxembourg, and we're a really small country, and generally for Europeans, a 4-hour drive, that's a pretty long drive. Good. No encounter happened. Welcome back, Classic. I live in the UK. Yeah, I was talking about some people that came over. They wanted to see certain parts of Germany, for example, Berlin. And they said, hey, can we just go into your car, drive to Berlin? No, because that is like a 6-5, at least 7, I would say, hour drive. And then if you've driven for such a long time, you want to stay there at least for a couple of days, right? Because, I mean, at least that's probably because I'm from Europe, but just casually driving 4 or 5 hours, that's not a thing we usually do. If I lived in America, I would travel for days. Yeah, I mean, I never went to America, unfortunately. I want to go there once in my life at least. There's so many places I haven't been, and I want to see them with my own eyes, but I do know that some places apparently aren't what they used to be anymore. At least I've talked to some people who lived in San Francisco, and they told me that the city isn't what it used to be like, and that I shouldn't visit. Which is unfortunate, because I looked forward to seeing San Francisco. I really liked the public transport they had, and these hill-like steep cities. I mean, a analog to that city exists in Sonic Adventure 2, right? The very first level, City Escape, is a clear reference to San Francisco, but yeah, they keep saying, no, don't go there. It's really not what it used to be. It's dirty, it's full of criminals, which, yeah, I mean, we are going through a financial crisis, and usually these things happen as a consequence of these. You like America because it's big. Yeah, I mean, Russia is also a really freaking huge country, right? But I did once want to go there, but no, because of the war, no, not so much. There's some countries that I think I'm never gonna visit, because they're just too dangerous. Especially if you're a woman. Unfortunately, that is still a problem in this year, 2024. Okay, let's see if this is the correct input. As someone who has been to San Francisco, it's the dirtiest city in the US and just not a safe place, sadly. Okay, so I think I'm going with Adamant now. Just check if okay, so that's 15,170. And if I don't click Gloom, where would that be? Okay, that would be smack dab. Yeah, I think that's a good frame, because we accidentally could get other slots, and that's fun, right? Russia's cold and kind of abandoned because of how poor they are. Well, that happens when you're in a totalitarian dictatorship and one guy has everything. And if one guy has everything, then the rest have nothing or not a lot. That is... I mean, he does want to keep his country that way, so it's not me ruining that economy. Love to go to car meets in Japan. Why specifically Japan? Do you like Japanese cars? Okay, that's not good, but I'm not gonna reset because if I do get... For example, if this adds 20 frames, then maybe I'll get lucky and get one of the other shiny adamant frames. That's why I switched the Espeon to the first slot in my party, because Espeon has a adamant nature and also has synchronize. That's why I put this in the correct way. Should I not get that specific frame? What is slot 1? What was that again? Don't tell me Oddish. Okay. So maybe I'll get another Oddish, who knows. Should I hit the 95 one? So 15,195. I'd get a Girafarik or Girafarik, not sure how you pronounce it. Wobbuffet as well. Pikachu could be a lot of things now. Now that I use the Adamant Synchronizer. Because JDM. I mean, Japan is a country I want to visit once. But, the problem is, it's expensive and I can't... I mean, it's just beyond my current financial state, let's put it at that. And you also have to pretty much go there by plane, and I hate flying in a plane. Japanese domestic market is, I assume, what you mean by JDM. Woman who's into the stuff I'm into equal, if not more than me. And if she's tall. Like tall women. You need to go to the Netherlands. These women are... Everyone is tall over there. They're like 1.75 meters at least. It's like 10 centimeters more than me. I always feel like a dwarf when I'm there. But it's not bad because the Dutch are super friendly. Right, so unfortunately unfortunately, not such a big problem, but the waiting for 15,000 frames is a bit longer than waiting for 13,000 frames, but I do think that for now, I mean, yesterday I think I only used the quirky one. Booking a flight to the Netherlands right now. I gave him some ideas, haven't I? Jokes on them, I can deal with. Cool. So that is a Doduo. The shiny Doduo and Dodrio are green. There's a lot of green shinies in the Safar-Zone, which is actually, I mean, not a fan of green personally. But seeing as the Pokeball that you have to use, the Safari Ball, is also green, and I'm kind of a freak when it comes to that. I always want to have the Pokeball fit with the Pokemon that's inside. So that will always be fitting. In later areas, there's gonna be things like Stantler. I mean, also the Doduo, Dodrio, the Natu, Xatu are also green. Is Locktooth sweet scent? Yes, that's sweet scent. It doesn't really literally translate into sweet scent. If I would translate it literally, it would mean bait scent. Because lock comes from locken, unlocken. That means to bait, like an animal. Or you cannot resist to a specific thing you saw in an ad, then that is also, you could say, unlocken to that. And duft is, a scent. Funny how some translations sometimes change a lot. Sometimes they have to, just because of how the language works, right? But sometimes they had errors for I'm unlocking to women. Yeah, it's if I say it's an, because it's German, right? It's not un. Funnily enough, when you write it with a U, it sounds like the in Luxembourgish you wouldn't say unlocken, you would say ulokkelen, which starts with a U. So you accidentally combined Luxembourgish with German there. Classic. Funny how languages work. I mean, fliegen is fly. That is a pretty literal translation. And blitz is flash. Also a pretty straightforward translation. You're making a new language. And Zertrümmerer is rock smash. But that isn't a one-to-one translation, because if it would be, I mean, in German, rock smash would be, I don't know, translated like Steinzerbrecher. But Zertrümmerer just means like to break something. The act of breaking something. Fliegen would be such a good name. Like for Pokemon, or as a channel name and an account name. Okay, less than 10 seconds remaining. Let's see if I accidentally hit another shiny frame. Or if I hit the frame I'm looking for. Let's see. Oh, shiny Giraffaric, nice. Very good. Okay, so we're dealing with adamant ones now, so I'll give it a red Pokéblock. And it's gonna say that it loves it. Ist begeistert von Poké-Regelrot, so it's really amazed by it. Okay, I'll throw a ball. Blitz is also lightning, yes. But Blitz can also just refer to a sudden gust of, or a sudden burst of light. Also, it's not a bad name because some people have the nickname of Fly. Please stay in the ball. I gave you a very tasty Pokéblock. We should be friends by now. No! Oh, it's still there. She's still there. Okay. Don't know if... Does throwing another one help? We'll try. Okay, I was pretty happy about that. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Shiny Girafarig, very good. I threw a tasty brick at you, please don't run away. Yeah, exactly, and she didn't. We have it now. Great. Right. Yeah, Adamant, which is hard. Has that ability where you wake up, or the Pokemon wakes up earlier. Great. Okay, so that is already configured. We'll save. It's not going too bad until now, I would say. Still can get that gloom. Oh wait, I should have. Oh well, doesn't matter. I could have calibrated because I got a shiny, so I can exactly pinpoint which, or almost exactly pinpoint actually. Oh no, I can, because could have been this one or another one. I mean, right now I am looking for the gloom. And gloom is, yeah, that's the frame that I chose. But somehow maybe due to frame advancements from the NPCs, you never know. Unfortunately, that can be a problem. But you just have to stay at it, don't give up, and eventually you're gonna see results. But your your suggestion with Fliegen would be a good name for a kid. I don't know, maybe because I know what it means, I wouldn't call my kid that, but not like I even could, because I'm pretty sure that if I had a baby and I would go to the name consulate in Luxembourg and I would say, I want to call my kid Fliegen, they would say, what is wrong with you, miss? Wouldn't be allowed. I know in the US you can name your kid pretty much almost anything. But in Europe, or at least in many European countries, they are allowed, or at least the state is allowed, to deny certain names. For example, you can't name your kid after a very infamous dictator from Austria, which I'm not going to spell out here because I'm not sure if the algorithm likes that at all. Oh, by the way, Kaiser Karmazin, did you get my message on Patreon? Because you are a patron right now, and that means that you get, for every dollar or every buck, basically, that you spend, that means every month, if you are a patron, for example, for 5 months, then each new month you are, I will get you or give you one of my cloned shinies, or just any Pokemon that you want. So I messaged you on Patreon, and maybe we can make something out that over Discord or something similar, so that we can get the trade going. I know that in the Generation 4, 5, and 6, and I think 7 as well, online servers are offline, but there are pirate servers that still work. Let me check it, okay. But yeah, what I could do is maybe send you a picture of all the Pokemon that I have, and then you can decide. Lately I've been feeling like I'm missing something. Can you pinpoint what it is, or is it just a vague general feeling of something is missing here? Okay. Let's see. What do we have? A oddish, boring. Bye bye. Just a feeling. Ah, you got the message. Great. I forgot. Did you join the Discord as well? Because sometimes people have different names on Discord than they have on YouTube, and I have some reason I get confused with names sometimes. But yesterday I did post a link so that you can join it. I think the link is good for a week, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, great. Maybe then we can make out a time where it's best for you to... Like, I don't know what your time schedule is, so just suggest time slots and I think we can figure something out. Your username? Okay, they're the same. Okay, good. Because I do want to make a channel on Discord just for my Patreons, where we can also have just discussions like these, but I'm not live streaming, so more up and personal. By the way, Omni, you can't access live chat when watching a video after it stopped live streaming. You should probably put the link in your links tab. Actually, I did it so that you can have access to the chat, at least I do, and my husband also said the same thing, he has access to the chat. So after you watch the live stream, and it's a video, sometimes that takes a certain amount of time, but you should just refresh over and over again, and at one point then you should see the live chat replay. And these links still work, but I can do it again. But the reason why I don't like putting the Discord link in the description is that I don't yet have a thing on Discord where it filters out bots. So that's why I didn't put it in the description yet. I also re-invited you because I think you, by mistake, you exited the Discord server. I'm fairly busy, so I'll have to figure out when to do the trade. Yeah, no stress. I mean, I keep track, and I mean, if you wait 3 months, then we can do 3 trades at the same time. That's okay. Only reason I've been able to watch streams is because I'm on break from university for the week. I see. What are you studying, if I may ask? I studied computer science back when I went to university. Speaking of bots, I've been in some rather strange spam bot servers. Yeah, I keep getting spammed. I don't check my Twitter and Reddit PMs anymore because it's always freaking, you know, PORN bots. It's really annoying. Or like a crypto scam. Sadly, I'll never go to college or university. I mean, not sure about your situation, but who knows, right? No, I'll do that over because that was a bit late. Much better. Yeah, they're funny sometimes, but it's really annoying if you get bombarded every single time. And I don't even look things up like that, so why do they keep annoying me? And then they send, or they're like, want to see hot girls? No, I'm heterosexual. No. It's never guys, it's always girls or, you know, women. Not even interested in women. I'm even less interested in your spam, so... Studying biology in hopes to go to medical school. Oh, wow. And become a doctor. That's amazing. Sadly, I'm not sure if I even want to continue this path because of how bad healthcare is in the US. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and that and the amount of debt that you get is incredible. I mean, it's really a completely different situation than studying in Europe. I mean, good luck with that. Hopefully, it doesn't matter what you become as long as you don't hurt people and you are happy. Want to study aerodynamics if I can't get into the Air Force if I even attempt. Ooh. That would be physics. Once got a DM or PM about the server offering not males, not females, but femboys, furries, and transgenders. That is oddly specific. I mean, the only spam that I get from these kinds of bots, it's always the same. Hot girls or anything like that, and I don't know, do they assume I'm a heterosexual guy? But sometimes I also get spam emails for Viagra, and I'm a woman. I can't do anything with Viagra. That's not meant for me. I'm not the target audience for that kind of medicine, right? But I still get them. Obviously, I joined. Curiosity. Now, I'm sure you did it for research purposes, right? Doctors in the US get paid around 250k to 1 million US dollars. Ooh. Like, I assume per year. That isn't a problem. I just don't want to feel like I'm taking advantage of people. I mean, that's one job where I really see the point of them making a lot of money, because I do know doctors, right? And they all told me it's a really demanding job, and sometimes they work overtime for hours and hours, and they're barely home. Sometimes waves of patients can happen, and it's tough work. And you need to know a lot of things. So I'm okay with doctors getting that much money. I'm not okay with not investors, house scalpers or useless people like that getting that much money, because they don't deserve that. A doctor is actually a job that is extremely it's worth so much. It's just so important to have doctors in your society, right? I don't even need to explain that. But some stockbroker from Wall Street who just messes up things, no, I'm sorry. That guy doesn't deserve 1 million per year. Also, if you get lots of bots, your data was probably leaked somewhere, so be careful. Yeah, and the thing is, I have one email that's really freaking old. My dad made it for me when I was a small child. And that one, unfortunately it was part of several breaches. So there's that website that is called haveibeenpwned.com, and pound as in PWNED, old internet slang for owned. And I have been that email has been part of several breaches. Not my fault in that I didn't that was the only thing that that really happened to me. I get spam email now, but they haven't hacked into any of my accounts because I either immediately deleted them when I got notified that I knew that the breach was happening, or I immediately changed the passwords. And usually I picked passwords that were complex, so not too easy to guess. Okay, classic. I'm not gonna read that out, but sure. That has name. That has a name. That kind of relationship. I mean, these people are out there. You just have to find a woman who would do that. Oh yeah, you told me you were hacked out of that account. That is just really tragic. I think the first breach was back then in 2015 when Adobe got hacked. And, well, I used that email to make an account there. And unfortunately, that meant that I now get spam email. But, yeah. I don't answer the emails, right? They get automatically filtered anyway. I just delete them. A woman who will hold me when I can't hold myself. But yeah, some other breaches followed as well, and that's how they got my email. But some of the breaches were for websites, or they breach websites that don't exist anymore. So I didn't really lose that much, but it's still annoying getting spam email every day. And on Twitter, Twitter has also been part of a breach, but that site is just infested with bots now. Figured out why I'm so depressed. I've never been able to hold myself, so I'm always down. But, so now you're looking for a partner who can do that? I can understand that, but it's also good if you can do it or learn to do that yourself, so that you're more independent. Alright, 10 seconds remaining. Let's see if my timing is correct. So what do I get? What do I see? I see a gloom, not a shiny one. Go on about my sub stories way too much. I mean, I get why you're doing it. You're probably doing it because no one really listened to you before, and now that you've found a person who does that, it has to be a big relief for you, and I can't blame you for that. But do keep care of you. And I'm just a random woman from the internet. I'm not a therapist or a licensed psychologist or psychiatrist. I can tell you what I think, of course, but I'm not medically qualified to be a therapist. What happened to the happy-go-lucky co-host? You mean Arch? Or me and names, I'm just horrible with names. I forgot the name, but it was not a human name, but a pretty funny name. I mean, sometimes people... Yeah, Arch. I don't know. I do know why James isn't here, because he can't. He has family over. That's outrageous, Omni. I'm sorry. I was the happy-go-lucky co-host. Well, but now you're saying you're the sob story host, so what is it now? You have to decide for one, or do you do both? Yeah, looks like a more quiet Sunday today, I guess. I mean, I'm still happy that I got the Giraffaric. It's 2024 Omni, I can be any and all. Yeah, you're right. That's true. But I would prefer if you'd be happy. Of course, I can control that. I can do my best to entertain you, but... and maybe give you advice, but then again, not license or anything. But I do want my streams to be... if I use the word safe space, maybe some people will laugh at that, but I don't really mean it like that. Just a space to hang out and come together, watch how I either get a shiny or fail a shiny, or we talk about anything really. I mean, you guys know what themes we went on about, pretty much anything. To be honest, I think I watch mainly because of the conversations over the content. Yeah, that's fair. That's how I want to reach more people, right? Not everyone is interested in the RNG stuff. Maybe they're more interested with me engaging in conversations. Sorry, I'm not super talkative, so I'm struggling to make small talk. I also have problems with small talk, but of course, this being a stream, I do need to be more vocal. What bug species do you guys like? I do like the Hercules bug. Really nice. Ladybugs are cute as well. I like bees. I've never been stung by a bee before. I don't know what guys do to anger them. I haven't even been stung by a wasp either. There's actually a lot of bugs that I like. Oh, and iridescent bugs, they look really nice. I really like how the color shifts from blue to green depending on what angle you're viewing the bug from. It's really beautiful. There's a species of wasp, they're like this green jade color. Yeah, that's exactly what I was referring to. Cicadas, they are cool. Yeah, cicadas are cool. Yeah, I also don't know the exact name of that species, but I agree, they're really pretty. There's also iridescent birds. But to be fair, you probably can find a bird with any color ever. Because they really have the most extreme colors sometimes. Oh, now that you're saying that, Kaiser Karmazin, I also I thought about that. Maybe, you know, what I've seen once in a museum was a framed. It was like a framed picture, but it was actually an ant colony, and it wasn't two-dimensional, of course, but was somewhat. You could see how they burrowed the sand and all that, and it was really interesting to see it with your own eyes, because you could see right through their burrows, and you could see the queen and the colonies, what they're doing, how they cared for the eggs and all that. And at the top was a apparently that was, I mean, I did ask about it, so they explained it to me. You could feed them from the top, and apparently that was self-sufficient, so or almost self-sufficient. You have to drop some food into it, but I thought that was really nice, and it doesn't really take away a lot of space, does it? It's basically a terrarium that is just as the width is just like a framed picture, but it's glass, and you have your own ant colony that you can see, and then you have pet ants. Why not? I actually also had that thought before, because I saw that and I was like, if I had the money, you can have ants. Dwarf dogs are adorable. Well, it's hard to find dogs that aren't adorable, to be fair. Yeah, you can trick an ant to think it's dead, yeah. And ant colonies have basically graveyards, so nearby ants will go and take it there. Yeah, it's because their communication is based on pheromones and chemicals. And if you spray certain chemicals that they associate with a certain state, then they will literally be reprogrammed to do that. It's very fascinating, even. Even the ant that smells like that chemical will think it's dead and act in that way, even though they're still conscious, but that's the question I always ask myself. Are they conscious enough to know I smell like I'm dead, but I mean, I'm conscious, I'm not dead, but I assume not. It's not like insects are have the most sufficient, have the most complex nervous system out there. It's not, I don't think that is sufficient to form that kind of consciousness. That's what I was trying to say. Kind of stumbling over my words today. Not sure why. I always thought it was weird how some pheromones can make an ant think it's dead or do something that will cause it to die. Yeah, I mean, what's it called again? A black hole with ants. I mean, they can enter into basically a trance where they go in a circle and they will just exhaust themselves until they die. And that can happen with ants. I know there's a specific word for that, but I can't think of it right now. Sometimes some people say it's like a ant black hole. Okay, sure. That will probably mean not a gloom, but maybe not a shiny, who knows. Fun fact, leaf-cutter ants grow a special type of fungus native only to their colonies. Yeah, and that wouldn't be the only symbiosis between a fungi and insects. There's also spiders that keep mini frogs as basically pets because they eat a certain kind of, I think, parasite that can infest their eggs or something like that, if I remember that correctly. You only have 20 minutes left. Okay, I assume you have only 20 minutes left of screen time. I mean, if you want to use your the last 20 minutes of your screen time for something else, then go for it. It's not like I'm streaming for too long now, because soon it's not Sunday for me anymore, so no Safari Sunday on Monday. Also, what you're thinking was ant mill or death spiral. Yeah, exactly, ant mill. And the death spiral, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen one in real life. I've seen them on videos, but I do know that that can happen. Again, because of the ways ants think in pheromones, right? That really seems to almost override their will. They will just do what the pheromone associates them. I mean, they associate a pheromone with a specific action, and they'll just do it. So I do remember reading in a science magazine about a biologist who debated whether or not ants have free will because of the way pheromones make them act, and that was a really interesting read. But then again, there are people or academics arguing that free will doesn't exist, even in humans. Not sure I agree with that. And I even think that sometimes it doesn't matter if we have free will or not. But yeah, I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one who thought maybe such an ant colony would be nice. I mean, it's basically a picture of ants that you have, but they live in it. And you could see the queen and everything. And the guy at the museum told us that that ant queens can live up to 15 years, and that the queen that they had in that frame terrarium was about 12 years old. Quite impressive for an insect. Usually they live maybe a few weeks or months at most. Anti-tank rifles are scary. Any weapon is scary in my book. No, I do not want that. Okay, maybe that was a bit late. Let's see, I can get another later frame. That time I'll... Okay, where does area 1 end again? Okay. This is area 1. If I go here, that should be area 2. And what we can also do is we can fish in the Safar-Zone and even use surf and sweet scent. I'll go somewhere where there's no guys that can move too much and mess up my frames. Here's good. Now bullets that sharpen themselves when going through armor instead of flattening out. Wow, that is scarily sufficient. Let's put it like that. Okay, Safari-Zone area 2. With surfing, I can only get Psyduck. We can try 4 shiny Psyduck, I guess. And when I click Old Rod and go to Safari's area 2, what do I get? Magikarp or Goldeen? Ooh, Goldeen. Goldfish, I love goldfish. Area 3, what about that? Also Magikarp and Goldeen, and yeah, okay. Old Road only gives me those 2 options. Let's see for... Okay, the old Good Road gives me the same options, I think. Yeah. Oh, instead of... Although Area 5 gives me a shiny Remoraid, that would be very interesting, but... That is for Area 5, I mean... That's for another day, I would say. Another edition of that stream format. Okay, if I use a super rod, I would get Goldeen and Seeking. Very good. Yeah, quite a lot of them. Okay, and what about area 3? Also Goldeen and Seeking. Area 5 gives me Goldeen, Remoraid, or Octillery. Okay, so as you can see, there's no shiny Octillery. But I do get shiny Remoraid, so I could evolve that one and then I would have a shiny Octillery anyway, so no problem. Sword and Shield summed up England pretty nicely. I mean, if you say so, you are from the UK, right? The only part of the UK where I've been to myself, personally, was Scotland, and that was it. Wasn't in England. I was never in Ireland either, nor in Wales, unfortunately. But like I said before, there's so many areas in the world that I still want to go to, but right now I have to first look for a job, right, and get a salary. For Child's Game, that is. Yeah, I mean... Can also get quirky fishies. Yeah, we could maybe try for a Psyduck later. Oh wait, what am I doing? I didn't hover over Sweet Scent. Wow, I'm an idiot. How did I not do that? Well, okay, never mind. Do that again. I was so lost in Pokéfinder now that I forgot about doing that. Germans made a missile that was silent. I've read about something like that, but I'm not sure if you are referring to the same. And I'm an idiot again. I mashed the B button, which automatically selects no, so then I get denied entry, obviously. Jeez. Okay. This time I don't forget to go, yeah, do this. Weirdly enough, if you want to find out what Pokemon you can get in the Safar-Zone, if you fish or surf, then you have to pick surfing, and then the Safari-Zone is in the location table. But usually, if you are in the Safari-Zone, you have to go to Encounter and click Safari-Zone. But I do understand why they did it. I always assume there is a pretty good reason for that. You can also get wild Pokemon from Rock Smash, although I've never done it personally. Yeah, that would heal me with the... Okay, so Nosepass I would have to wait a bit long. That would be a bit too long for my taste, personally. So with Safari-Zone Area 4, then I would have a Geodude that I could get. And in Area 6 it would be Shuckle. Yeah, I could get a shiny Shuckle, which would be very interesting. I don't have a shiny Shuckle yet, so... I haven't done Rock Smash RNG before. I have to see how that exactly works. Look up the mechanics behind it and then replicate it. And then I'll be able to get shiny Shuckle, which is a nice shiny. Also appeared in the anime. Broke the speed of sound so it exploded before the sound caught up. Yeah, that's the thing with speed of sound. If you would be running at the speed of sound, just like Sonic always claims he is, and you would scream, you would probably not hear yourself because the sound would kind of lag behind. It's fascinating how that works. Also, sound travels faster through certain materials. If I'm not mistaken, sound travels faster through metal than it does through air. Currently debating if I should try to get Gloom, or if I should switch to surfing and try to get a Psyduck. I mean, I did fail a Gloom before, and now I want to have one even more. Just to reclaim the failure. The previous failure. I mean, I did get I hit the correct frame, but because this is the Safar-Zone, you risk that the Pokemon flees. I even gave it a Pokeblock, how mean. Okay, let's see. Hopefully this was correct. No, wasn't. They all have hidden power psychic with 70 power, which is the highest you can get with hidden power. And they're all female. So should a shiny come this time as opposed to the quirky one, the one that I'm doing, the frame that I'm looking for right now will yield a female shiny Gloom. If only Warfare was decided over a cup of tea or boxing match, or it didn't happen at all, yeah. I would prefer there to be no war at all. Oh, might also mention this, that this Wednesday there's gonna be another Wild Wednesday. I do think, yeah, I did. I already scheduled that stream. So if you click on the bell on that stream, then once I go online, you'll get a notification and you can join. In case you're interested, it will be on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central European Time. And I'll usually stream for about 3 to 4 hours. Wild Wednesday. Usually end my streams around midnight. Of course, midnight my time, depends on where you are from. If you guys could do one random thing like skydiving or traveling the ocean, what would it be? I would love to see the Earth from space once in my life. I do want to have that sensation. I want to know how it feels like looking down on the planet and being in space. That's kind of a dream of mine. What's your streaming schedule exactly? Do you stream every day? My streaming schedule usually is on Wednesdays, where I stream Wednesdays, and during the weekend. But should I not be able to stream on these days, then usually I let you guys know in the community tab. But yeah, that is usually the schedule. Sometimes I do spontaneous streams, so on other days. And yeah, it's mainly when I have time. Yeah, no problem. Even if you weren't new, I mean, maybe I changed the schedule and you didn't know, right? Asking doesn't hurt. But yeah, usually Wednesdays and Saturdays and Sundays. If I get around to RNGing the Sapphire cartridge that I have, I thought about maybe doing spontaneous live streams where I just play through the game while I RNG manipulate. Or at least do a shiny run of Sapphire. Really looking forward to the shiny Kyogre. Okay, let's see. Hopefully I get something good this time. A Gloom, for example? No, just a boring Wohin genau, which is the German name, and it's pretty funny. It almost sounds like Wohin genau, which translates to where exactly. But it's Wobbuffet in English. He's based, or the Pokemon is based on a certain Japanese comedian, which is a interesting fun fact. He was apparently known to do the hand gesture that the Pokemon is doing. Also, I tend to stream when it's evening where I'm from, because I do look at my a lot at my analytics, and apparently that's when most people are online, and I try to stream when most of my audience is online, although that can sometimes vary. And I mean, this community is still pretty new. I mean, the channel is much older than that, but when I went to university, I paused this channel. As in, I didn't really produce videos for a long time. Sadly got demonetized because of that. I mean, it's understandable to a certain degree, of course, but now I'm being much... I mean, I'm very active again, and right now, what was again the first stream I did in on Halloween last year, and then since then I've regularly streamed. Imagine a Pokemon battle stream, like battling against viewers. Is that what you mean? Actually, I thought of maybe doing either that as a stream or a Discord community extra that I'll help people with. If you guys have any raids in either Sword and Shield or in Violet or any of the modern games, then I think you'd need a team member who's not a NPC who helps you with the raids, and that would also be really interesting. I need to start playing my Violet though. Still haven't touched it. Really playing the old games now a lot. And I do rediscover them as an adult. Sometimes I see certain things that I maybe not noticed as a child, or things that I can appreciate now more than back when I was little. And that's really nice. And it's cool. I mean, how many shinies can I get with this method? It's really nice having so many shinies. If little me knew this, she would have gone insane. Be down for a battle stream. I've always wanted to do competitive, but I don't have the time to learn all the strategies. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I could think about doing something like that. Okay. What do I get? Shiny Oddish? No, normal Oddish. Okay. Unfortunately, the newer Pokemon games have become pay to win, as in you need to buy the DLC and all that just so you can get the Pokemon that is the best in the metagame. And with the best in the metagame, I usually mean completely broken. Just like the Ogerpon with the masks, right? That is, I mean, not a big fan of that decision, right? That you need to... I mean, I'm a Blizzy has done a really long video about explaining exactly that. How modern Pokemon has unfortunately become pay to win, and I think, if I remember correctly, he even calculates how much money you'd have to spend, and it's pretty ridiculous. And also, making a competitive team costs a lot of time. It will just be hours and hours of grinding, even with new things like mints that change nature and bottle caps. Need a large-scale multiplayer Pokemon game? Oh, I've heard this so many times, yeah. Not sure if they're gonna make one though. Yeah, I would love to see a game like this as well. Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, since you, Kaiser Karmazin, you are a patron now, so you can actually save a lot of time if you choose to have clones of some of my competitive shinies. They've already been EV trained. They also have Pokeros most of the time. Some of them have really good IVs. For example, my shiny Metagross. You could I could clone that one. You could, if you want to change the EV spread, that wouldn't be any problem, and then you'd still have a Adamant, so a good nature Metagross with maximum attack. And that thing really hits hard. It's funny how almost everyone I speak to wants a free roaming Pokemon game. I mean, they did take some baby steps towards that direction, to be fair, with Legend of Arceus and a bit with Sword and Shield, right? But don't know if they will ever go that far. But I'd love to see it. I do think that it could definitely work. Just that their team is a bit too small. They don't have enough people working on Pokemon games. What I want most would be another edition like Colosseum or XD. That would make me really happy. Scarlet and Violet makes competitive team building really easy. You can change your nature IVs kind of so it's really easy. Yeah, I know. But still, to get certain sets, you need to chain breed for certain attacks. So sometimes it could still take a long time. Yeah, imagine being able to be evil. join an evil team. I mean, there's ROM hacks that do that, to be fair, but it's not the same as... Hey there! Great to see you again. You're the female version, aren't you? Let me take a closer look. Okay, you're still there. Not a shiny oddish. Okay, oh, no, actually, nope. Ah, you're still there, okay. Throw another ball. Been hunting for shiny Metagross for weeks, so I may take you up on that, but not sure yet. Yes, got it. So I got a girlfriend to the male quirky shiny oddish. Yep, got a girlfriend. Right, so for the last couple minutes of the stream, I think I'm gonna do surfing. And then Safar-Zone area 2, and I'm gonna try for a Psyduck. Let's do that. Yeah, I can send you screenshots shots of the shiny Metagross. It's already level 100 and all that. It has the battle 100 battle like Mount Battle Tower ribbon. So that means if you send that shiny out, it will have a title in Pokemon Violet, Scarlet and Violet. And that's pretty cool. And that's very rare. There's a lot of people who want a Pokemon like this. I think it will be Go, name of the Pokemon, the victorious of 100 battles or something like that. Alright, like I said, no pressure. We'll definitely find a day for that. Just depends on what do you want to have it on. Do you want it to have the Pokemon on like what games would you use? Do you want it on the Switch? I mean, I also haven't played through Legends of Arceus yet. My husband has, but I can also use that one to trade. And I think Pokemon Home, yeah, Pokemon Home also has an internal trade option. Oh, excuse me. Starting to get late for me as well. We'll probably move it to Scarlet and Violet since those are the games I'm currently playing through. Do you also have Sword or Shield, right? Or both? Unironically, I bought Swords DLC before actually beating it for the bike customization. I see, yeah. I also like customizing my stuff in games and in real life as well. So, can't blame you. Then I needed to beat the 7th gym for it, so I rushed all the way there. I see. Sadly skipped on Sword and Shield because of the reviews. Yeah, I mean, can't blame you. Do you also have Legends of Arceus? Wanted it because it was based in the UK and I'm British, so it makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I usually always buy at least one game of every generation. So that's why I have them. Okay, let's see. Wait, I was about wait, I set the frame for the shiny Psyduck, but just right out of muscle memory I instinctively ran to the grass anyway, and now I have yet another shiny Oddish, if it stays. Okay. What's happening? Really not there at the moment, it seems. Oh boy. Oh whoa. It doesn't matter. I'll save. Looking forward to a UK-based region, but everyone despised it for some reason, so I didn't get it. I mean, there are reasons why, but I was disappointed and impressed. Oh, hey there, James. Welcome to the stream. Just thought I'd stop by and say hi. Sorry I missed all the recent streams. Yeah, like I said before, no problem. Haven't had any YouTube notifications in 2 weeks, and I don't know why, so I didn't get notified about tonight's stream. But also, you have family over, right? Another side chick for Oddish, yeah. Guess you can call it that. But now I head for the, not for the tall grass, but for the water, for the lake. Okay, but if you have it, I think you... Do you need to finish it in order to trade? I don't think so, right? There we go. Now I've done it the correct way. So, James, I've gotten a lot of these, multiple of these again. And today's feature is this shiny Girafarig, which I didn't have before, so I'm glad I got that one. Right now, I'm looking for a Psyduck. Didn't do all the collection for Arceus in Legends. Arceus was kind of what the games was for, in my opinion. Yeah, it was somewhat geared towards that. I'm too lazy, so I traded for it. I mean, the game does give you an option, right? Family fly home Tuesday. Saw them for the last time this morning. I don't know why I didn't get notified about tonight's stream when I'm a moderator and sub to your channel. Because to get a notification you need to click the bell. They changed that, that's why. Oh, I see. Well, that's somewhat unfortunate. Since I won't be streaming for too long now. We're towards the end of the stream. But yeah, okay, you know what, I'll do something. I'll send you a link to the next stream, James, and then you can click the bell where it says notify me right next to it, and then you will be notified once it goes live. I know it's annoying that they changed that, but that's just the way it is now. There we go, I sent you that. Yeah, but have you set the bell for my channel or the stream itself? Because Maybe YouTube is messing up sometimes. I have noticed that though. I don't get notifications, I just know when Omni streams. Yeah, that's just my schedule. Yeah, notifications tend to be broken sometimes. But yeah, still, you managed to be there. The next stream is gonna be on Wednesday, 19 your time, because you're in the UK. And I know that, I remember that you told me that that's when you eat dinner. And you don't like watching something while you eat, that's fair. But yeah, I'll stream until about right before midnight, like I do now. So you're always free to join later. Again, this is not an appointment or anything. Let's see. What do I get? Do I get a normal Psyduck? Okay. So I think I'll do this and one more reset, and then it'll be close to midnight and I'll hit the hay. Thank you for the safari balls. But I do doubt that we will have to use all 30 on one Pokemon. Usually you either catch them before or they flee before that happens. Let's pick another spot. Not that it matters at all, but just so we have at least some, not always the same steps. But yeah, sometimes I click the notification bell on a channel and I still don't get notified when they go online. So for example, if I'm a Blissey, I thought I pressed the bell so I should always know, but no, I always have, when I see he's gonna stream soon, then I'll click that bell again and then it works, which is not very well done, to be honest. Yeah, you clicked on the, I saw your screenshot, and that bell sometimes doesn't show you when I go online, so Ruby is generation 3, not generation 4. Generation 3 is my favorite, but I also like generation 4 a lot. Just one problem I have with generation 4 is how slow it is. But generation 5 quickly fixes that. So, I mean, now you've seen a normal Psyduck, which is yellow. Okay. Why did you hide these messages? Well, you did. You hid his messages, so I mean he was correct. So well, unfortunately, I cannot reverse it. Sorry about that, Kaiser Karmazin. That wasn't meant to be that way. But yeah, you clicked on because you're moderator classic. I think you clicked on hide message by mistake or delete message. Yeah, so be careful sometimes if you're watching this and yeah, sorry, he classic by mistake deleted your messages, it seems, and I'm trying to rectify that, but I'm unable to do that. Your phone fell on your face. Oh boy. That's a very funny way to delete messages. Imagine that the reason the universe existed is because a god did a clumsy thing like that. I don't believe in that, of course, but that would be existentially both terrifying and funny. Nope, that is a normal Psyduck. Enton in German. So this is going to be the last reset for tonight. I know how that feels when you're on your phone and then suddenly the phone slips out of your hand and falls on your face. Now I want to know it was your what part of the face deleted the messages. Funny how things like these happen. Hopefully the last reset will give me a shiny Psyduck. If not, then we'll leave it at that. The next Safar-Zone hunt will be on... Oh, actually, hang on, I have to check something. Because it might be... Yeah, unfortunately I will not be able to stream on the 16th March. So that would be next Sunday. Not next Sunday, excuse me. Next Saturday, because I have to do something else on that day. But I will be back to stream on Sunday, so... Bridge of my nose followed by my hand scrambling to grab it, I see. I mean, I think they will be permanently hidden. I'm not sure though. I can click on them and see what was written. I'm not sure about it, but yes, so you guys know, next week there will definitely be a stream on Wednesday and on Sunday. Unfortunately not on Saturday. Maybe I'll find some time to spontaneously stream on another weekday. Hopefully that will work out. Yeah, your new messages appear now. You can only delete... I mean, he didn't block you, right? If he blocked you or kicked you, then would all be gone, but he didn't. Yeah, you're fine. You'll be fine. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't undo it if I can't undo it, and I'm the channel owner. Yeah, I also work like that. It's like when you roll really low in Dungeons and Dragons and you fail in a very funny manner. Don't beat yourself too much about that. Okay, so Less than 10 seconds remaining. Let's see what the last reset will give us. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I was clumsy a few days ago and now I have to wear a brace on my arm. So that felt the power of clumsiness. Oh, that's unfortunate. I hope that heals pretty quickly. Unfortunately, the last reset was not a shiny, so I think we're gonna end it here. And yeah, the Psyduck also ended it. So as always, thank you so much for being part of this stream. And like I mentioned before, see you guys on Wednesday. So goodbye and good night.